There goes that bird. Kind of sounds like an alarm. So pretty, the bird song this morning. There's no reckless pigeons this morning. Thank God. Not yet, anyways. That's why it's like, I love my pigeons, but I hate when they be here like at 6 a.m., like fighting and shit. Like landing loud on my AC. Like they be on all three windows. Fighting. They don't even be food when they be fighting them. But then some mornings, it's just so peaceful and the bird song is so pretty. It's not, sometimes it'd be like, coo, coo. It'd be quiet and that's all I hear, but no. Today I hear one bird singing a beautiful bird song and then a couple of little birds, chirping along with it. So that's the best thing. Like, I keep thinking about when I went camping in Maine. Because I keep picking up on 6-7, 6-7. Something happened on 6-7. And I'm like, where was I at 6-7? I'm like, I think I was camping at that time. If I wasn't, yeah, I think I was at camp. In which, I don't know, something happened. Give yourself extra time. Somebody had their, like, back turn. Like, somebody, not back turn, but somebody was like, I don't know, something about giving something extra time. Hiding. That whole thing with that political activist that got assassinated. Kirk, whatever. So many people feel like that he fell demise to what he was preaching. I'm like, okay, but the guy got shot. Like, just a human life. Like, but they feel like he was callous towards other human lives that have been lost due to guns. So, I mean, I feel sympathy to all parties involved. But that's just me, you know? I understand why people go through what they go through, why they have the views that they have. It's based on the experiences they've lived. But doesn't mean that, say, after this, all of a sudden he may change his views on gun laws, you know? If he survived. He might have changed his views, you know? Like if he would have just got shot. Yeah, because he died. Yeah, like hours later. Yeah. Damn. Well, he ain't changing no views because he didn't make it. I forgot that he died. Because he didn't die right away, I don't think. I think he got shot. Then, a little while later, they revealed that he didn't make it. Yeah. Political violence. Yeah. Now, my kid is so, like last night, me and her was getting a little debate. I'm like, listen, I'm not here to take sides. I'm here to listen. I'm open to hear both sides. But honestly, I don't feel like really much is going to change anything. She's like, well, other countries have stricter gun laws. I'm like, yeah, but we're America. We're not other countries. So, um, even though that guy had a lot of influence It wasn't up to him whether the gun laws were more enforced or whatever. It just wasn't, you know. But I understand people are upset that his influence caused people to vote towards whatever. Yeah, which I understand. But my kid is gung ho, like, no, we should have stricter gun laws. We should get rid of guns, ban guns, unless you need to have a reason to have it. Like if you're a police officer or if you have a hunting license and you actually hunt, you know, things like that. But, you know, I don't necessarily believe that, you know, that a homeowner can't have a gun to protect their land. Like, especially if you live in a land where there's, like, wild animals, like bears and shit. How are you supposed to protect your land, you know? With bear spray? That don't always work. I know there's alternative things, but, you know, but it's all about finding a common ground. But yeah, I don't like guns. Yeah. I've always been scared of guns. Always. Yeah, just being around guns makes me feel uneasy. Well, I mean, that's how I used to feel. But see, the guns that I was exposed to, most likely, they weren't, like, good people or, you know, good. Yeah, that's why. But, you know, I want to get over that fear, you know, of attaching. But, yeah. I mean, I would like to own a firearm. But I don't know. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. Hearts on the grip. I spoke too soon. Guess who's kookaroo-karooing at my doorstep? I mean, at my window. I said at my doorstep. It is 6:38. I think. Yes, it's 6:38. 6:30 something. Kookaroo, kookaroo, kookaroo. Children's Hospital. Longwood Ave. Yeah, I remember they were getting threats because of the transgender clinic. I remember when that happened years ago. So that's why I understand why my kid feels the way she feels towards that guy, because he's like anti-trans, anti-this, anti-that, which I don't understand how you could be anti-trans. Like, doesn't make sense. Like, at this point, how people could just think that it's not real or, you know. I understand there are people that sometimes are confused, but that shouldn't speak for all the people that do suffer with it. Like, legit. Like, and not everybody's at that extreme level. Like I said, my kid's transgender, but she doesn't need all that extra shit. Like, surgeries and hormones, you know what I'm saying? Like, but her mannerisms have always been different from when she was a baby. Like, and she was never pushed, influenced, anything to go either way. I naturally just let her develop how she developed. And Ollie is Ollie. That's who she is. That's who she was always meant to be. And I know that fully in my heart. And I remember when she first came out, I kind of was like, I got a bunch of books and I read up on it and blah, blah. And then I went like all out, making doctor's appointments and that are just assuming that's what, you know, but it ended up that wasn't our journey. I mean, we did the estrogen and we did the possibility of hormone blockers, but in the end, she never got the hormone blockers. She just took the estrogen, which eventually she stopped that too. So, yeah. As far as medical care, I mean, I feel like that's also a base by base experience because, like I said, I know there's some transgenders that they will, that they attempt suicide because they really need those things. So, and I can't, my heart goes out to those parents that have to struggle. I was grateful that I lived in Massachusetts with my Ollie. And it was a little bit easier with everything going along with the transition. But it's not the case in the rest of the country, different states. It's terrible.